And good morning, guys. I'm very happy to see you here, and I hope today finally I will finish the bolt rope on this SAILS for Muscongus Bay Lobster smack. And before I will start again, I will refer to this book because I couldn't find any information about jib. Was it free flying or was it attached to the stay? So the only, let's say, contemporary model which were built during when these ship boats were very popular. So in this picture, let me turn on also bigger screen. So, and I will show you this model one more time. So, and closer. As you can see here, it is attached to the stay. It's barely visible, but you can see these metal rings here. So it is not free flying for sure. And what I can see also, it is without symbols or kringles in this case, that metal rings. So it's just served bolt rope on the sheet and so on the head of the or the top of the sail. So this is what I will do also on my sails. And since anything described how exactly it was rigged, I mean sails, so I just will keep closer to this picture or photo of this model. So this is the most close information. And actually during this build, or this is already a second build from 19th century boats, now I'm getting more and more information about how they were rigged, etc., etc. Because before that I was confident only in 17th and 18th century ship rigging and design. So now I have an even bigger experience in ship modeling, or widen my period of ship modeling. So, as if in previous, I don't remember which episode, 27 or 26 it was, so I just estimated a diameter for the bolt ropes. I have two 0.84 and 0.75 diameter. This is in millimeters. The first, this is just my quantity of threads which I'm using to make this rope. So this is the diameter which I will use. So the smaller one is for the jib and bigger one is for the mainsail. And I will start with the jib. Since I want to finish it today, I will probably continue sewing even after 2 hours of live streaming. So if you can stay together with me, but it definitely will be longer than 2 hours today. So that's why I want to make a smaller sail first. So maybe I can finish it in 2 hours, just to show you how I'm sewing it. And I will continue with the mainsail doing exactly the same. So the next episode, maybe I have enough time to rig the model, since it is very simple rigging, literally only one stay without shrouds and halyard for the mainsail and just sheets for the jib. So I think it's doable. We'll see. Usually I'm wrong with the timing. So if I'm saying another episode, only one, so it must be 2 for sure. So let's start. And for this, I will need also cup for the glue, thin cyanoacrylate, the thinnest one, because I am using polyester threads and they're just freshly made. And usually when you just cut the end, they will start untwisting. When it is already a couple of years twisted, like 4 years old, they are holding their shape without any cyanoacrylate. But for this one, I definitely have to use cyanoacrylate. So let me show you what I mean. Oh, good job. So before I will cut it, I need to use a drop of cyanoacrylate. Of course, when I finish sewing it, I don't need it. Then the yarn which I will use will hold it in proper place. And I like to use a scalpel for cutting ropes, because then you can get the clear cut without that fur, or you haven't cut properly with scissors. For some reasons I prefer scalpel. It's just because when you are using cyanoacrylate, your rope becomes stiff, and just really it's easier to cut it with a scalpel. And what else I will need? Where is my threads? I have somewhere more. So this is leftovers of. This is Gutermann, also polyester thread for actually sewing. It's very thin. I'm using it for sewing sails, for sewing machine, but it is very strong also, and it is without hair. As you can see, you can't find that fur. Even if it happens, just lighter will help. When other threads, for some reasons, they are more curly, and my camera did the same trick. Come on, wake up. Good. So this is what I will use actually for sewing, and I have another stuff to show you, like needles. For sewing bolt rope, I'm using the thinnest needles. Usually they are for beading. They are very thin, very easy to bend, but they are just perfect for sewing bolt rope. Yeah, it's even written right here. Perilous, beading, perilous. It's probably different languages, but yeah, this is for what I'm using. So, and for the serving clues, I will use very thin. I have 0.22 in diameter rope. It's really very thin and perfect for doing serving. Let me add some light now. So let's start. Okay, I will put main sail aside. And actually also after making jib, I can show you on that different style of sewing sails, which I made without sewing at all, without any single stitch. It was just pulled yarn inside and glued with it for ironing. That strip for hot, I forgot the name. I have it somewhere when I was making the sail. So actually you can glue the bolt rope using plexiglass or metal ruler. So you just can glue it without sewing it. So I will show you this technique after finishing the jib, just to show you a different way how to do it. So let's start with this one, and I need ruler, small tiny one, ruler, big one. Just want to mark where it will be served, and I need a needle. This is what happened with these beading needles. They are bent, but it is not really influence your work. So I will continue with this one, but sometimes they can break when they are really too bent, so they can just crack easily. So happens. Install it properly. And yes, I have that tool for inserting yarn into the needle, but it is more difficult to search for it, or impossible to find it. So faster just to insert it like this. Come on. And because for beading, there is usually very thin plastic rope. Actually, just very thin. And literally, it's plastic. So it is very easy to insert in such needles. But in my case, I need this one, Gutermann. So I just want to mark where I want to start. So I will make something like 25 millimeters served. And this is where I need to begin sewing the bolt rope because I will make it later. So I just will hide the end of the rope in my linings, like this. And just to prevent it from jumping outside, no, from the lining, I just will use a drop of cyanoacrylate again and we'll pull it inside. That's it. It is there. It is not jumping out. Now I need to cut bolt rope. So I just will measure like this how long I need to cut. So I'm just turning. I will need some for glue. Then like this. Again some for glue. And this one. And maybe just spare piece like this long. And again a drop of cyanoacrylate and I can cut it. I used cotton ropes only on one of my models, and after that, after experience when I dropped it for the competition in the museum where it was very high humidity, they couldn't control it. Next day, all my rigging just was hanging like it was twice longer than it is necessary, and the model looked very sad. And it was not only mine, everybody who used cotton ropes got exactly the same problem. So judges weren't judging about this, they just understood that this is high humidity. But also problem with the cotton ropes, when you will place your model in a very dry place, the cotton ropes can shrink to the point when they can bend yards and masts, and it is also not good, even worse. So after that experience I decided this was first and last time when I was using cotton ropes, and I switched to polyester. It still also can stretch a little and shrink, but not that dramatically like cotton. So polyester it is. And let's start sewing actually bolt rope. And why I'm using such thin needles? Because I can easily insert it under, let me make it a little shorter. Because I probably overdid it with the length. Don't need that long. Good. So I will be inserting or passing through each thread every second one. And it is very easy to do with such thin needle than if I will use something thicker. So let's go. And maybe I just need to change field of depth on my camera a little. And so on. Every second twist of the rope. Like this. Quite often I'm seeing how modelers make an entire loop around the bolt rope. In later periods this is how the clues were sewn, this part which was served also, but the bolt rope itself was sewn on the inner side of the sail, not just at the edge of the sail, and it was sewn through each twist of the rope, not a loop around it. I understand that it is easier, but it is wrong. Then probably just better to glue it so it will not poke in your eye that it is sewn incorrectly. And with PVA it is reversible if you need to repair your sails, so it's not a problem. So this is what I will show you on that second sail after I finish sewing this one. And that is why it takes me so long to sew in sails. Actually, it's sort of, yeah, it's correct. When I'm sewing like this, so actually this is the side in which it will be sewn. So this is face and this is inner part of the sail. Just almost created a knot, also happens sometimes. Maybe I need to change field of depth so it is actually visible better, like this. So let me show you one more time. I'm sticking it under one twist, and then in the sail. Like this. Just want to show you this clearly without interrupting with yarns. And again, I'm creating a knot. Good job. Of course, when I want to show it clearly, it is not working how I want. So next step, again, since it was this twist, I'm counting 1, 2, and this second one, I'm again sticking my needle under it, under one twist. I hope it's visible that the quality on the screen is not damaged, because during the live stream you are not getting full quality video. It will be processed in 2 days, and then YouTube will allows you to watch it in HD quality. And like this. Now I just will move a little further because it's more convenient for me to sew in it faster. Needle. So on and so on. And quite often people are texting me in private, can you make sales for me? I will pay. But they are just getting offended when I'm telling them that actually I can't, because then they just will kill my modeling. It takes so long that nobody will pay a real price for it. And just if I will start doing it for customers, it literally will kill my modeling. It's just worth it. That's why I'm not sewing it. This is a different thing when I have to build a commission model and then which includes sales. Then it's okay. But the only sales I'm not interested in. Because it's usually for the Boreas, for example, I made a bunch of sales in scale 1 to 48 and it took me 6 months. So just imagine if this is your the only source of income. So who will pay you amount of money for the sales, even if it is just minimal for living in the United States? Nobody will pay you that kind of money for the sales. And I was sewing, because it's also so neatly tricky part of the sewing with bolt rope. So it just was, sometimes my eyes were falling out, literally, and I was making just breaks because it was impossible. And sales were huge. I was thinking what I'm sewing, sales for the model or sheets. They were literally very big. And because of the scale, the smallest sails weren't that much easier to sew because the diameter of bolt rope was 0.35 millimeters in diameter. And this one is 0.75, 2.5 times thicker. So you can imagine what a joy to sew a thinner bolt rope. So that's why I can do it, but I prefer not to do it. And if I missed any questions in the chat, please drop them in the comments under the video, because right now I'm sticking my nose in this bolt rope and I'm not checking every comment in the chat. Actually, in Canada there is a store, Ropes of Scale or Scale Ropes. I know that this is Canadian Modeler or something like that, and he created a store where he sells also Gutermann ropes made of the same Gutermann threads which I'm using for making ropes. Maybe he is not twisting them that tight as I do, but they look very good. So you can get it in Canada. Just Google Ropes of Scale, I believe. If I don't remember it correctly, I think I have put somewhere links in previous episodes for this store. If not, I will put links after this live stream under this video. And this is actually the only store close to me right now at the moment, because he can just sell yarn for making ropes, not just ready ropes. This is what I like the most, because usually I was going to Europe and buying them in Kyiv, but because of the war we had lots of closed stores, and my favorite one, it was huge for tailors store, and they just closed their business. To supply some supplies which were mostly from abroad become too difficult to import, and lots of businesses just moved somewhere abroad. So right now I have the only source of this Gutermann threads. This is from Canadian store. Because sometimes you can find something on Amazon, but for some reasons they don't have all threads which they can produce. Only this all-purpose for sewing, like this one. This one is from the Amazon, but this is the only what I could find there. Or that thick diameters of yarns or threads for leather sewing, but I don't need them. I need this thin for overlocks threads for making ropes, and they are not selling them on Amazon. So I was quite happy to find that store in Canada. And actually, quite often, lots of my friends, usually this is males, and their wives are sewing sails for them. Exactly in the same way. So maybe you can find somebody who next to you who can sew them for you. Okay, it's already almost 1/4 of the live stream, and I haven't finished even one side of the jib. So maybe I a little overestimated my time. Maybe I will finish only jib today. It's impossible to make mainsail also, because it definitely will take more than 2 hours for the jib. Because I also need to make some clues, servant clues. It's not that fast. If my assistant helped me with sewing, maybe we could finish it faster, but he is peacefully snoring in his favorite box. Hello Skynet and Heroям Slava. In Ukrainian this is Slava Ukraini, glory to Ukraine, and the answer is Heroям Slava, glory to heroes. And thank you very much for this support. I really appreciate it. So yeah, it's practically will be all 2 hours just sewing bolt rope. Just in the moment when I will reach the clue, I need to serve piece of rope and create clue, shape it. So, but I'm too far from that point. If I need to restart my thread, which one? You mean this one with thin one with which I'm sewing the bolt rope? Then I just simply will hide it in the linings, exactly the same way how I started it. So I just will put it inside. You see? Oh, missed this piece. Haven't put it properly. Something like this. So I just will hide it inside again. Yeah, I'm trying to show it fast, and of course it is not working. So like this. So I just will hide it inside. Or in this part where I have doubled pieces of cloth, I can hide tails, so it is not noticeable where exactly one thread ended and I started the second one. Or if I don't have double cloth, then I just will hide it under these stitches, which I already made, like this. Of course, how to show it fast. So like under 4 or 5 stitches and just a drop of cyanoacrylate, and it will not be visible. Or if it is a big diameter of the bolt rope, you can hide it also in the bolt rope, like for example, like this. And then nobody will see where it was ended and when you started a new thread. Or if it is a small sail, just can cut long enough thread from the very beginning, so you can sew bolt rope with one thread. So lots of options. Thank you, Lida. So yes, maybe that's why I was stretching time or dragging my feet to start sewing bolt rope till now, when I already have no choice, nothing left to do on the model, only have sails should be set it up, so definitely can't postpone it. And finally I'm sewing the bolt rope. Hate it the most, but when I'm usually making it and then I'm just, wow, it was worth all this time and troubles. It really makes a difference. So yeah, it's on the inner side of the sail and half visible on this side. And yes, I started it with head of the sail with the longest side. So let's hope I will reach that clue. Or it's actually tack. This will be tack, where I have to make a served piece of rope and shape it into a proper shape. I think I cut it somewhere incorrectly, so I need to use tiny drop of cyanoacrylate to prevent it from starting creating that fur. And I caught myself that I'm getting my nose closer and closer and closer to the bolt rope. True, this is Mother's Day today, so it's a really warm holiday. So if you have mothers among my viewers, then happy Mother's Day for sure. Unfortunately, I don't have kids. Actually, I have an assistant who is peacefully sleeping in his box, and this is my kid. I think he doesn't know that it is Mother's Day. But I never had such cat before. This is my follower. He's following me everywhere. He's always in radius 2 meters around me. Doesn't matter where I'm and what I'm doing, he will be around me. Maybe because I saved him. Don't know. But usually cats are independent animals. They can go to find some corner just to get alone, to think. But this one is not. This one is constantly around me. And maybe I'm quite happy that I'm working at home, so he is not lonely. But never seen such attached cat to the person. I can show you where is he sleeping. Of course I can't do it without disconnecting something. So this is my assistant, Fluffy Furball. Imbir! Imbir! I think he is sleeping without paying attention to any noises. Sometimes he is snoring louder than my husband. Actually, when I will reach that spot where I have to shape the tuck and warm the piece of rope, I will cut this piece of thread, so I will show you how to hide the end of it, so it will not be visible. So it is about an hour to make one side. Definitely I will make only jib today, can't make a mainsail too. Or it will be all day long, for sure. Also haven't cut something properly here. Now I need to sew it carefully in this spot. It will not be noticeable. Good. Now I need to measure same 25 millimeters plus minus. I'm eyeballing it, so it will be somewhere at the beginning of this lining. So okay, a few more stitches, and then I can hide one end of the yarn. Definitely my assistant is working hard today. With all 4 paws in the air, he is sleeping. The most important cat's duty. Okay, let me check it one more time. $25 This is exactly 25 millimeters. So now I need to hide it. Actually, we'll get it through first, and then on this side of the sail, and then I will hide it. Just let me. So because it is even triple textile, so I just need to hide it inside between clothes. So you can see the needle is inside. It's not visible here, not visible here. So let's pull it out. And I will use a drop of cyanoacrylate again. So this thread will be staying there. Of course, my camera decided to make this trick at the most important moment. Yeah. So I just don't know if it showed you or not. So I pulled from here to here. This thread is inside. Now I just can cut it. Preferably without cutting the cloth. So now you can't see where is the end of the tail. And I will serve the piece of rope to create a clue, or actually this is tack, corner of tack. So I need to serve this plus minus this long piece of rope. And just to show it, so we will not jump in front of your eyes, I will use my favorite tool, like twice, to hold it in place so I can stretch it. So I just will clamp one end. This is just a trick for filming. This is not something how it really was done. I'm usually clamping the end of the sail with my knees. But for this, just for filming, this is a trick how to film it. Good. And I will use a thicker needle, just with bigger ring, so I can insert my rope. This is just a piece of it. Let me remove it, because I need to use this 0.22 millimeters in diameter for serving. I just have perfect, almost perfect 2-1 piece of rope. Let me cut it into 2 halves. And again, I will use a piece of or a drop of cyanoacrylate for this. Because I don't want to twist it. I will use this piece later. This is the thinnest ropes which I can make on my rope walk. Actually, yes, I can make 0.16 millimeters in diameter, but it is so thin that you can't even see the texture. It's just stiffer than regular thread, but you can't see that it was twisted as a rope. So I'm not using anything thinner than 0.22 millimeters. Just worth the trouble to make it, and it is not invisible. But it's still a challenge to insert it. Maybe I can use a bigger needle. Come on. Of course. In front of the camera I can't do this. Without camera, it jumps inside the needle without any problem. Or maybe it just got some thick layer of cyanoacrylate. That's why I can't insert it. Come on. Or maybe I just can use a different side of this rope. Or just a bigger needle. Can't say that this is much bigger, but let's try. Oh, finally. Yay! And I needed only to insert it actually in this bolt rope. So let me put focus on it. Because I just want to do this. To insert it. And that's it. I don't need this needle anymore. Because now I will start serving it. But I need a small piece of masking tape. Just to flip this corner. And so it will not be in my way while I'm serving this. And I prefer to do it directly straight on the sails, because this is the most accurate you can get, proper size. Of course you just can measure it on the just edges on the sail and make it separately on the serving machine, but it is not always just perfect match. So the most precise style, this is just to make it directly on each sail. Preferably better without hitting microphone, so just to save your ears from loud noises. Now I just will cut this tail. Come on. And I need to make it about 32-33 millimeters long, then I will shape it. So again, another boring part. I know when I'm editing videos, usually how to make it, I'm speeding up this in 4-8 times sometimes, or just showing you a piece how to actually I'm doing this, and then showing you entire length already served or sewn. And in truth, it actually takes hours to make even such small tiny jib. And actually in later periods, the corners of the bolt rope, the served parts, they were sewn with loops around them, so just in two directions, so it was like cross. So this is what I will do on this one, because on earlier periods it was sewn a little differently. Sometimes it was even sewn from a different piece of rope in addition to bolt rope. For the smaller sails, yes, it was done from the bolt rope. So now I'm widening my knowledge in ship modeling, adding to my knowledge 19th century. Now I can unglue this corner to check. I need a little longer. good. Maybe another 5-6 millimeters, and I can shape it. More. About 1 centimeter longer than this side or the head of the sail. For this scale it should be just enough. Something like this. So again I will use this needle. Come on. Need to insert it, and the needle is in a very inconvenient position. Come on. It's really unfair. Why in front of the camera everything is so tricky? Finally. Didn't mean to make a knot here. And it's just really something ridiculous. Why? Finally, now I can release my finger. It's already a little itchy. So, now I can shape it. And inside. Just to make it wider so I can insert this rope. So this is what I'm actually doing. One more time. Ooh, just ripped it off. Oh, so now I will show you how to insert a different rope without actually being noticing. So I made this two inside this clue, but because I just ripped it off, I need to take the same needle and insert it inside the bolt rope, and I will add another piece of rope. Definitely it's not my day when I want to show something fast. It's getting knots, it's getting ripped off, everything except what was expected from it. And thick needle is a little complicated to get inside the rope. At least under one twist will be enough just to hide this tail. Okay, we'll put aside this needle again. I will use this piece which was ripped off. Actually, I need one more time needle to insert it the same way that was done at the very beginning. I think I found easy way how to insert ropes. I need to rip them off, then it is with a very thin tail, very easy to insert in the needle. And again, I just will serve all these tails like nothing wasn't ripped off. And one loop is not in its proper place. Should be here. Good. Lighter can fix everything after serving. Okay, now I will cut all these tails and we'll continue serving same length as on the opposite side. I'm not saying that this is exactly how it was done on real SAILS. The ship modeling, this is a cheating after all, how to show, and so each part will look like it was done on the original ship, but actually you are cheating to imitate lots of parts. So I'm cheating here too. But you can't see where it was ripped off. Everything is right. Exactly how it should be, so everything is perfect. I need to attach another piece of rope because this one looks like it's too short. It's definitely not enough. Still a few more millimeters, or maybe just enough. We'll see in a moment. Just one or two more, and this is it. Done. And again, I will stick it inside the bolt rope. How I inserted it before. Come on. Need to use a drop of cyanoacrylate because it isn't twisting. Good. And now with this end of this rope I will sew it. So let me untighten it from the twice. And let's sew it. And as I said, sewing around it, it was about the bolt rope, so this is what I will do. More difficult to actually position it properly. It is a jump at the edge of the sail, where it shouldn't be. It should be on the inner side of the sail. Like this. Need probably to add another piece of rope, it's too short. If I haven't ripped it off, maybe it was just enough, but at the moment looks like it is not enough. We'll see, maybe I am lucky. Okay, a few more stitches and I definitely have to add another piece of rope. It should be inside the sail. No, it's impossible. So I will hide this piece of rope inside, between this double cloth. Oh, haven't done a good job. Okay, one more time. Try to hide it properly. Good. Just a drop of cyanoacrylate and I will hide it inside. Now I need to add another piece. It was somewhere here. Huh. Another piece, just enough to sew it. And again, same trick. Just in reverse. A drop of cyanoacrylate and inside. Now sewing again. Oh, I haven't glued this end of the rope. Good job. One more time. So, since cyanoacrylate dried faster than it was, come on, then I inserted it in the sail. One more time. Okay, now it is there. Good. probably hit the rope inside. One more stitch, and this corner or tack is ready. And again, same trick with hiding it inside. Now I can cut it. So I had head of the sail and tack, another two sides and another two such corners. Need to straighten my back. Okay, again, where is my small tiny needle for beading? This one. And I will hide again this end of the thread inside of this lining. And piece or a drop of cyanoacrylate, a bigger one, so it will get glued inside like this. Definitely glued. So now we can continue sewing. every second twist. And so on. And definitely I will make another. This is actually the clue or sheet. And the last side of the sail definitely will be after this 2 hours streaming, but I will finish this sail today. Just it will take me maybe around 3.5 hours. Yes, Scott, you have another full day 7 of boat ropes. But I think SAILS, this is the most spectacular part of each model. If you will screw them, the model will be like, it's okay. But if you really will do or will add more time to sewing them, stitching them, etc., you will get that wow effect. And if you made some mistakes even on the hull or missed some details, the SAILS will just improve the model and you will get that wow effect. So this is what I tried from the very beginning on my models, and at the very beginning I had some problems on the hulls, like to make it fair, etc. But when I was setting up SAILS, all attention was glued to the sails. So it was the trouble. Oh, just fell out of the screen. The thing is that I actually started enjoying that airbrushing too when I finally got mine air compressor and airbrush. Before it was for me like, oh shit, I need to paint the bottom. And because with canned paint, it's more difficult to get even layers, so I was applying very thin coats, maybe 2 or 3 times, so to not get that leaking drops. Because with canned paint, it's too difficult to control and get proper or even layer from first try. And with an airbrush, it is very easy. Still hate to prepare the surface for painting. It should be perfect. But when it is perfect, like lots of prep work and just 5 minutes painting, even less. Oh wow. Actually, it took me also a while to find here proper canned paint in the United States. But I understood that everything with a sharp smell, it's forbidden here, or this is just coincidence. I couldn't find nitro varnish here. Still can't find. Maybe it is also forbidden here. Or like I was struggling with searching for turpentine, and it is forbidden in New England, all this area. I found it in Pennsylvania. It wasn't available in New York State also. So it was a challenge. And it is with a strong smell, sort of, also. So I don't know actually exactly why. Just coincidence, maybe everything what has a sharp smell. Or just for protecting trees in case of turpentine. Okay, another 25 millimeters. It will be almost there. Maybe one or two. Actually, it's all actually there. One more stitch, and I can start serving another piece of rope. And in this case, I can hide it in the bolt rope, the end of this thread, or under stitches. Let's see. Let's try to hide it in the bolt rope. Visible? Yes, it's visible. Just got caught. And maybe a few more. So this will be in the bolt rope, because this is a single cloth, so can't hide it anywhere except here. And it is not visible and noticeable. And again, I need to serve a piece of rope I have somewhere. So let me construct same. Like this. And again, I'm struggling with inserting rope in the needle. And I did take maybe wrong one. I have even thicker one. Ouch. Better do not stick it into your fingers. Ah yes, I was using this one too. Forgot it. Need it later. And let's serve it. Where is my piece of masking tape? Just to keep it not in my way. Come on. Let me cut this end of the rope. And about 30 millimeters serving. Let me check. Around 7 millimeters more, and I can shape this sheet corner. Actually, I think the second servant is moving much faster. Maybe I'm less talking and more working. A little more. About 1 centimeter longer. Just to shape it in the proper glue. One or two more. And this is perfect, I believe. Again, I will insert this and inside the bolt rope. Come on, let me take it more convenient needle. Oh, good job. Okay. Let me stretch fingers a little. And now I need to make a few loops, 3 to be exact. And inside. Second one. And it is already holding on its own. So as you can see, this knot is definitely working. It's not untwisting, etc. Now I will shape it a little more, and I can continue serving. Just my back is already killing me. Another 25 millimeters of serving. Ouch, I made a knot in the end of this.
This is not what I actually wanted to get in the end of this rope. Come on. Need to untie it.
Good. Just saved end of the rope. Let's check if it is long enough. Maybe 3-4 more. And it's just proper length.
Again, I will insert inside the bolt rope this end of the
Small rope.
and I will sew it.
Ouch, just lost it. One more time to insert. And now 7. Preferably without sticking needle into your fingers, it's painful. Something like this. Ship on this side of the sail. The audiobook can help to relax while you're sewing. Because you definitely shouldn't rush here. It's very easy to get needle under your nails. Oh, my camera did this trick. At least in 2 hours almost.
Not in 20 minutes.
Ouch, just lost. Need to insert it one more time in the needle. Just 2 more stitches. And this one is done too.
Come on.
Okay, my video is glitching on the screen. Don't know how about you? Just getting glitches. Oh, I need to connect my laptop. It is almost discharged. What's the problem? Oh, thank you, John. But probably this corner. And how about 10 minutes break in the day? But since I already in the limit 2 hours, so maybe somebody needs to go somewhere, so I will not get upset if you will. It is more fun to have somebody with whom I can talk, comment, than just sit alone. Inside, I think. Something is not right. Because I think I got some sort of... I can't phone. So if you see me, just text me in the chat. I'm going to send connection.
There's a one more.
So I think I have troubles with connection. And don't
Fix it inside.
But it's so one to servant and depend. If you can hear me, please I want to that you can hear me or see me properly. I got and every bottle egg. Minutes break. If my red furball will wake up, I need to feed him also, and I will come back in 10 minutes to continue sewing this sail because I want to finish jib today. But I can understand that you can't sit here all day long, so I will not be upset if you will go in your businesses. So thank you very much for coming, and who can stay with me, I will appreciate it very much. So we'll come back in 10 minutes. Hello everybody one more time. I'm back with a coffee additional one. So I can finish this sail. Have enough strength to finish it. So as I said, only one leash left and I need to serve another piece of rope to shape this corner at the top of the sail. So where is my needle? I still have a piece of yarn. Should be enough. Oh, thank you, Nogo. This is photos of all my models which I have built, although they are already not all of them, but maybe I will add more photos and will record it. Okay, let me insert this rope. Or this is actually thread. And so we can continue sewing. I think I will need maybe another hour to finish this sail. I was very brave to say that I will finish both mainsail and jib. I was joking. Now I see that maybe for the mainsail I will need another 2 episodes because I have reef points also there. It is much bigger sail. So maybe I will finish it in 2 episodes. Okay, something like this. And a drop of cyanoacrylate just to glue it inside the sail. Good, just glued. And now let's finish this little jib. So in total, maybe for the lobster smack, I will need additional 3 episodes. So two episodes for sewing mainsail and 1 episode for setting up the sails. Since we have very simple rig, should be enough 2 hours to make standing and running rigging. I probably need to rig another block. Yeah, I need to rig another 1 block only. And this is it. I need to make 1 hook, because this is what it was in the drawings. So theoretically should rig it in 1 episode or in 2 hours. Because now when we have a different project, it is behind me, the Philadelphia gunboat. So now I'm reading more information about that boat. And the more I'm reading about it, the more I'm interested and excited to build it. And it looks like it was only 1 bunch of kits with that error, with the short, 1/2 of the bottom was short, because in the group build on the Facebook group, in the group on the Facebook with group build, it is not a problem. So far so good. Participant in that group haven't got that problem which I got. So it's probably just 1 bench. Somebody made a mistake when was working with a laser cut machine. I think this is something like when you are printing, for example, something and forgot to put that dot to print 100%, and for some reason the machine decided to shrink it. So something made the mistake. Or just glitch, like I got glitch during the today's live stream. So everything can be possible, but at least it is not for entire kit or just a bunch of it. Don't know how many usually manufacturer can produce at once, but at least a few people has the same problem as I. But it is not that dramatical. It can be fixed, and I will show it next time. And it is on the bottom, so nobody will see it. True. Just because when I'm editing video, I'm just thinking how to make it more dynamic, more interesting, so like to catch attention and not let you go to the end of the video. That's why I'm speeding up everything, just cutting a small piece, and I'm showing you what I was doing, but I'm not showing you how long it actually took me in reality. That's why it is so when you're watching a video, it is like so easy to do, but in the truth, it takes lots of time, or not that easy as it is on the screen. That is true. But sometimes when I'm doing something and then like, what I was doing on that model, how I managed to do that, and I'm just watching my video just to remember, oh, right, I do remember now what I was doing there. Just sometimes I'm working with something what I have at hand at the moment, and then forgetting what I was doing. I know what I want to get in the result, but sometimes I'm using different tools or techniques to get same result. Don't know how about you, but I'm getting thirsty during the stream. And the second cup of coffee today, this is just life-saving. Oh, I just fell off from the screen. Good job. But it is so much more interesting and faster to do it together with good company. So maybe I would struggle with this sail definitely all day long, but looks like I will finish it in 3.5 hours. Okay, 4 hours including break. Because it took me a little longer to make coffee. And I think the longer I'm sewing, the faster I can do this. This is something every time happens to me. First sail is so long to do, and then I'm getting speed. Every day sewing, so I'm getting to it, and getting used to it and sewing faster. Yeah, that is also too can be the case, Scott. Sometimes I'm checking in what moment I was doing this or that, so just need to check. Especially when I have another 5 models sitting in queue and waiting for me while I'm working on the restoration. But actually, these live streams, this is my days off. I'm just enjoying. I'm building something what I want, and with a good company. as I said before, this just becomes something for me refreshing, because when you are converting your hobby into a full-time job, it's getting boring. Like when you are waking up and like, oh my god, I need to finish the 23 sales, and you are not enjoying it, you are just doing your job. So these live streams become for me like a fresh air, just to get again my inspiration back and to enjoy this hobby. But still sometimes I have this boring part of building, like sewing sails, sewing bolt rope. Ouch, just stick it into my finger. And this is painful. Especially with such thin needle, it's very easy to do. And actually I'm thinking about to fill up my sails with air, like they really are working. Then it will take me another plus episode. But, as I said, we are not rushing, we are not in a hurry, so we can make perfect model. Ow! That was deep. As I said, it's painful. Ron, you are not late. I'm just sewing this jib. I want to finish it today, so I started it at the very beginning of the live. And I'm still sewing it, so you haven't missed anything. I'm doing pretty much the same thing. This is already the 3rd hour. So you haven't missed anything for sure. I still need to finish sewing bolt rope along with this leech, and I need to make another piece of serving and shape it into a clue. So exactly the same what I've already done twice on this sail, I need to do one more time. So this is just very boring, repetitive part of work. Actually, I don't have here light from windows at all. That's 2 small windows which I have in my workshop. I close them intentionally because I'm filming. And during filming, it's better to have same white balance. It doesn't matter during the night or during the day. If it is sunny weather or not, I have constantly the same white balance. It's important for filming. That's why all of that photo studios are without windows or windows are blackened. So I did exactly the same. Sometimes when I have insomnia, I'm filming without any problem. And so I completely isolated my workshop from the daylight or sunlight. But I have lots of additional lights here. I call these long lamps. They are all over the place in the workshop because I have just light, and I have I believe 6 additional lamps. Yes, 6. So I can turn it on in every corner of the workshop where I'm working, sewing or sanding or something else. But that is why also my husband is constantly complaining, like, you are burning a lot of electricity. And it is true, on average, I'm burning electricity for about $200, especially when I'm running dehumidifier during the summer, humidifier and heating during winter. Then it is painful. And everything is electrical here in the workshop. Heating is included. But for ship modeling, it's very important to have good light, not only for photographing and filming, because we are working with such small parts and details, and you definitely have to have proper light. On my previous workshop, it was on the balcony, so I had found that rolling sort of curtains, they could black out practically 90%. It was dark if you will unroll them, and also lots of light. So I could film during the day, during the night, but I haven't enjoyed much because in the moment I just finished it, I made my balcony warm, so it like become another room in addition to my small apartment, and I widened it so it became big enough to be a workshop. But I got married and moved here in a huge workshop. The size of this workshop is about 25 square meters or 270 plus square feet, which is much bigger than the entire apartment in Kiev. So I'm enjoying this now here, because my workshop, it's like two halves. Half of it is really workshop, dusty part, and second half it's a studio or photo studio where I'm already rigging models, where I don't have dust, and where I'm filming all this my husband's speeches also. So I created the corner for filming talkative head. I named this type of videos. This actually, I was just photographer in Ukraine, and I was making it was my second job because after 2008 my main job was like half or partially busy because I was working only 3 days in a week, and I had to find some additional income. Oh, just fell off from the screen. So I also become photographer, and usually the most events usually are during the weekends, so I had days off only on Monday and Friday. And when I moved here, then I started filming also, because without knowing English, people were asking like, how are you sewing your sails? How are you doing that or this? And how you can explain without knowing language. So I started filming and showing it. And then COVID came immediately, and I decided why not to give a try and to create a YouTube channel, full blast. If people can do it, why I can't do it? Because I have friends, full-time photographers or videographers, and they were earning money on photo stocks or YouTube or something similar. So I decided I can do it too. And that's how I converted it in full-time job also. And I actually stopped enjoying this hobby because it is no longer a hobby. So that was the sad part of it. And the plus is that I am working at home. But the thing is that I'm working sometimes 10-15 hours a day, especially when I can't sleep. So I'm just sitting and working. Why to waste time if I can't sleep? I just got lost 1, 2 right here. Okay, I think almost ready to make the last part of serving for this sail. Just a few more stitches. Let me check where it will be. 25 millimeters. Oh, quite far actually. Good centimeters of sewing. Few more stitches. Right, but I will check it. Like 2 or 3 more stitches. Just 25. Perfect. So I need to cut it. Ouch. Missed somewhere. Drop овсяно-крылат. And I can cut. Oh. Now I will need another needle and a piece of rope.
No, not this one, it's not marked. But I have somewhere
Right under my nose, I have somewhere. Something like this. We can cut even with scissors, it doesn't matter here. And let me construct my high-tech tools and equipment. So I'm just using my tweezer, twice actually, and a piece of masking tape. First I will insert the rope, and then I will use masking tape. Oh, ouch! Second time. And this wasn't thin needle, and I managed to stick it into my finger. Okay. And now a piece of masking tape, just to keep it. Oh, probably I need different masking tape, because this one got glued to itself. And let me move it a little. So another about 30 plus millimeters serving. And this is the last one, yay! And I cut a little long, too long piece of rope, but already so be it. Better to have longer than shorter. And I got caught into needles. Cut it. Actually, now I know why it is faster. The more you are serving, the faster you are working. Actually, you are working faster when you have shorter piece of rope. It's more complicated and slower to do it with longer piece of rope. This is what I'm seeing right now. Again. Actually, just for an example, I can rig this lobster smug first without sails, just to show you how it can look without sails, and then to add sails. Because this is also a style of ship modeling. It's especially convenient for those of you who just can't sew sails, don't have sewing machine or skills. But this is just a solution for you to build models without sails. Just set up the rig and that's it. But you have to be definitely with good skills of painting, because then all attention will be attract how the model is painted. Because as I said, if you will put sails and if they are properly sewn, it just will increase this wow effect of the model and can hide even some mistakes which you made on the hull. So I can just show you how it can look without sails, and then I can add sails. Ouch. Okay, let's check how long it is already. Oh, so probably another 6 millimeters more, and I can shape it finally. Of course, Scott. As I said at the very beginning, it's impossible to sit with me all day long. I just decided that I want to finish it today, but it will be available immediately on YouTube, and in 2 days it will be even processed to HD quality even. So definitely you can watch it later. So thank you very much for coming and sitting with me for so long. 3 hours already actually. And I will finish it probably in another 20-30 minutes. At least I hope that I will finish it in maximum 30 minutes. A little longer. Oh, my camera tells me that this is enough already for today. But if it took me more than 3 hours for this tiny jib, I need definitely 6-7 hours for the mainsail. Because it is with reef points, I need to add some kringle. One, I believe, kringle. I will check the drawing, how many reef bands or reef points there. I think it's even, I overdid it. Two steps back. Something like this. And I will use again my needle to stick inside this thread rope in this case. Yay. Can stretch my fingers now. It's painful to hold the bolt rope that tight. And let's shape it now. One, 2, 3, and inside. Got twisted around everything what I shouldn't. Made a mess. Let me try one more time. So I just need to insert it inside this loop. Oops, that was a must. And another one. And again, another 25 millimeters of serving. I'm glad that you are finding new tricks useful for you, no go. If you will tell me your real name so I can tell you something or explain you something just using your name, because no go, this is very funny. Thank you, Ron. I'm glad that you are thinking so. Because I remember the times when my friends were thinking about exactly that I was doing some sort of crap until I finally start participating in competitions and conferences and start winning. And because it's sport in Ukraine, you also can get amount of money for first, second, and third place, and especially international competitions. And then I realized that yes, right, it's not crap. You are doing something useful. And yes, if I would stay in Ukraine right now, I would already got a sport pension, like for everything what I done for this sport and for my country. So I am really retired ship modeler. And this will be the most tricky part, because I need to join the end of the bolt rope where I started sewing, and with the bolt rope which is served, so it will be a butt joint like for planking, just with ropes, and with cyanoacrylate to secure everything before I will sew in it. So yes, cyanoacrylate becomes my favorite during the sewing SAILS. But as I said before, this is all only for temporary fixation, so I will not get that fur while I'm working with it. But when it is sewn, everything is fine. A little longer. Need to stretch my fingers, and because it is a short tail, not convenient, not comfortable to hold it, and I'm getting already spasms in my fingers. Okay. Let's check how long this one. A little longer. Let's check one more time. Actually, I will check this side of the sail. Oh, maybe one or two loops. Or the last two loops were too much. Something like this. And I wanted to show you how to glue the bolt rope, but definitely it's not for today. My back is already killing me, and because yesterday I washed my husband's boat, and I have troubles with my back, and it's just after such exercises even more troubling me at the moment. So I just want to go and stretch my back on my board. I had that elevation board, so I can get relief from pain. Done. Now let me stretch a little my back. And I need to join these two ends, or I can sew it first and then glue. Also an option. Okay. So let me finish sewing first, and then I will cut and glue the ends of the rope. Something is not, well, something I don't like with this corner. So I just will use my scalpel to shape it. And because it's soaked with cyanoacrylate, you can cut it with a scalpel easily. Get out of this loop. I want to sew it actually. First loop. Through the bolt rope, so it will be easier to glue after that. And now just sewing that I did before, loops around the bolt rope,
Preserved bolt rope, I mean.
I can use my masking tape so to keep them in proper position so they will not be in my way. Preferably without sticking the needle under your nails, especially in such narrow spot. Sometimes when it is too difficult to stick needle in proper place, I'm using just this eraser. Can help a lot. And I can see that in this one spot where it is unglued, I need to add some cyanoacrylate, or it will get some fur. But I don't want it to be doing this. Come on, I want you to be in proper place. Here. And knot, of course, the most inconvenient spot, I will get a knot.
more time I will use this trick.
Now I can continue sewing without it. Ouch, that was under my skin.
Fell off the screen.
Now I will hide this end of the tail or end of the rope. Ouch. That wasn't what I was planning to do. I was planning to hide it. Yep, like this.
Need to clean this.
And now the most interesting, to hide these tails. So I will use cyanoacrylate to secure ends so that it will not untwist. but I will clean needle for this. So I can apply cyanoacrylate. And now I will do the same with this half of the rope. We'll soak it with cyanoacrylate first. And we'll cut it. A little more glue, and I need to glue these two ends in one line, like this. Yeah, my scissors were dirty. It's not good, but I already did it. So something like this. And this is the end. The jib is ready. Let me move a little further so we can see entire sail. So this is how the jibs look like, with all these linings, bolt rope, etc. So next time I need to do the same for the mainsail. It will be a bit a challenge. It is much bigger sail, longer reaches to sew, and I also have reef points and at least one kringle to make. So it will be fun. I hope I will make it in 2 episodes. So with this, I think finally I will finish today's episode. And see you next Saturday with this Philadelphia gunboat. We will be fixing this mistake. Who got exactly the same kit from the same bunch with this error or mistake. Then we will fix it. And we will continue building. We will fire the lines or fire the frames, and on Sunday I will work again on this sail for the Lobster smug. But now I just can see and imagine how it will be on this Lobster smug. Just perfect. So see you next Saturday and Sunday, and thank you very much for coming, thank you very much for joining me in this little adventure, and thank you very much for your support and supporting my channel. I really appreciate it, and this is you who are making this possible, because I'm buying all these cables, etc. for all equipment which I'm using for live streaming, thanks to you. So thank you very much, and see you next weekend. Have a nice rest of your day or evening, depends from which part of the world you are watching, and see you next weekend. Bye!